Okay, and here we are. It hasn't updated the thing. I thought I was being real clever. Okay, I can fix this real quick. Ray as
Ike, I think is the
Ike.
pronunciation we settled on.
Alright, cool. So, Darren, thank you for the sub. Welcome to I'm Not Trying to Kill You. My name is Ash. I'm your GM and host. I use she, her pronouns, and today we're playing Dungeon World Splintering Wheel. So we're gonna go deep into the forests, and try not to get anyone killed. With me today, I have 4 lovely adventurers who I will get to introduce themselves and their characters. Starting with Ray.
Hi, I'm Ray. My pronouns are they, them, today, at least. I am going to be playing a new character this week, a shy princess named Ike O. Brooke. Has long dark hair, kind eyes, a secretive cloak, a small body, and awkward tusks.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Next up we have Carrie. How you going, Carrie?
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, my name's Carrie. Pronouns are she and her. I'll be playing Elsana, the frosty ice queen type character. She's a winter mage. And yeah, her pronouns are she, her as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. And then we have Cammy. Hi, Cammy.
Hello, I'm Cammy. Also, she, her pronouns, and I am playing Henri again, who was previously a person, is now a frog and a necromancer.
You can still be a frog and a person.
Yes, by person I mean human. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Awesome. And then finally we have Darren. Hi, Darren.
Hi, saving the best for last, I see. Hi, I'm Darren. I use he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Bells, the half-orcish priest who has 7 bells woven into her right arm, well, the cloth on her right arm, and 7 horrible shadow elementals springing out of her throat. Yeah. Oh, also, she can't talk.
Yeah. That's a cause for some comedy. Let's jump in and see what's good in beta. I think everyone in this session was either in the last session or is new, I think. So yeah. We enter into beta, see its many dark stone buildings with moss and vines slowly pulling the town apart over centuries, and we see 4 adventurers wandering around town looking for what to do. What does anyone want to make a rumors? Want to go looking for rumors, or do y'all know what you're feeling like doing? There is not currently a threat to the town that you need to fend off, so there is still a big purple fire in one direction.
That's ominous.
I feel like Bells, Henri, and Elsana might be trying to continue sort of what they were doing last time.
Yeah.
Finding a kobold priest?
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, what's your feeling?
Apprentice.
Yeah. Because Cammy, you were saying that you were not sure if you wanted to like go and find the bog wizard again, or if you wanted to like take a deviation from that.
Up to everyone else, really. I don't want to be the one that's always saying, "Let's go."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, we could look for rumors and see what else comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly could. Who would like to do that?
Elsana will go looking for rumors
Mm-hmm. Cool.
with her high charisma.
Uh-huh. Oh, golly. Does she actually have a high charisma, or is she? I can't remember.
Oh no, she has a negative one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
modifier.
because I seem to remember her being like antisocial.
Yeah. I don't know why I volunteered for this, but
Do you
it's
want to
done.
spend a coin to help like bump it up?
Actually, yes, I will do that.
So you get a +1
No.
on it.
Nope.
Yeah, but you get a +1. That brings you up to a 7.
Oh, but I was just because I got a negative.
You've got a
one,
-1, so you were negating it.
I cancelled that out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me see, because 6 minus on the gather rumors move. On a 6 minus, you will hear ominous or troubling rumors of an advancing peril. So I think how do we want to do this? I think yeah, the people are not really paying it. Like you're like, what fun rumors are about, and people are like, holy shit, have you not seen the giant fire? It's like it's just over there, and there are weird flame people walking out of it and like coming into town, and we're having to like beat them back. So
Radical.
Wow.
you know how I said that there wasn't a threat to the town?
Now there is.
Now there is. Yeah, so there is this huge purple magical fire that spreads from the spreads most of the way from the chasm to here, which and yeah, and it seems that like yeah, the way that it seems to be spreading is that there are like these fire spirit like person-shaped bits of fire that walk out and like trail purple flame after them, and yeah, everything that the fire like consumes is either turned to dust or left as a weird black glass skeleton thing. And yeah,
like-
y'all would be well aware of this.
So they were beating the flamey people back.
Yeah, with like sticks and stuff.
Oh, good. That means my zombies can hit them.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the current sitch.
Okay.
I wouldn't be opposed to helping with that. Just
Sure, but I don't know if we're necessarily equipped to do that. Actually, Bells is going to look for rumors about something that can put out large magical fires.
That's a really good idea. I was just gonna say, if you want to, I would allow you to make the enduring assault move if you wanted to. So that if anyone wanted to have been leading the defense of town against this peril. When you lead the defense of Beta against a present assault, roll plus fortunes. On a 10+, the town pushes the threat back the threat that faces it. The GM ticks back the threat by the relevant front by 1 stage. Or on a 7 to 9, choose 1. The town endures, or the town pushes back against the threat that faces it at great cost. Reduce fortunes by 1 to a minimum of -5. and the
Well,
GM
I
takes
mean-
back by one
I mean-
one stage.
I'm a princess. Maybe I can help with that. Maybe I can help the people not feel distraught at this onslaught. That
So
is,
yeah, have you always been in town, or are you new?
I think that I have been in town, but I have not been taking a very active role in the
Yep.
community because I was told to wait here, and I've been waiting a while.
So
I don't think that anyone's coming to take me home anymore.
yeah. So yeah, it makes sense then that like yeah, you might have been the person that's been leading this like this beating back of the fire people.
Hmm. We can't give in to despair. We have to fight this strange thing.
And then the Fire Nation attacked?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, apparently.
So roll +3?
Roll +3 plus fortunes. Yep. Oh, excellent. The town pushes back the threat that faces it, and the GM takes back the relevant front by one stage.
Nice.
Cool. All right. So yeah, the fire. There's now this like large section, and so like yeah, there's now this large section of like the charred space, and the fire might return, but for now it's back from the town.
Was fighting the strange purple fire more like fighting a fire or more like fighting a battle?
Kind of in the middle.
Kind of in the middle. Okay, well then I taught the people of Beta my people's firefighting song because I feel like they needed the firefighting song more than they needed the the soldiering song.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like any work song; it's there to keep you in rhythm.
Yeah, lots of beating the fire out with like bits with like dirt and cloths and things. Cool. All right. Well, that's good. It's less bad than it was, but yeah. And I think this is how like Carrie, Elsana, like they're like when you're finding this room right, everyone's like, I'm so glad that Ike was here to like help us beat the fire back while all of the other adventurers were off looking at strange men in ponds
distributing swords.
Distributing grump.
That is also not a basis for a system of government.
Yeah. Did we skip the lending a hand step?
No one is capable of making it currently. Everyone was either in the last adventure or is new.
Oh right. Okay. I understand.
Yeah, you can't make it if you were in the last adventure.
Yep.
Yeah. Would be nice, but unfortunately no. Darren, did you want to make was it you that was saying you wanted to go looking for a rumor?
Sure was. So yeah, I think Bells is asking. Well, the spirits in Bell's throat are flitting around town asking about weird magical things that could potentially put out a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure how exactly to phrase that, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, and that's charisma, right?
Yep.
Well, there we go.
Good job.
Wasn't terrible.
No. All right. Let me have a look here. 7 to 9 partial rumors. So someone has heard something about a thing that holds magical fire. Someone has heard something about water that leaps from a river at a bend and goes into the air. That might be helpful. And I think someone else. Talks about like. Cammy, can you remind me about the fire that you made?
It's evolved since it first.
Yeah. What was it?
blew
What was
up.
the original spell?
We didn't do a ritual. We fucked something else up.
That's
it was
right,
an
yeah.
duration that was. It was like
Did you do a curse on the?
No, it was.
No, we just pulled some magic apart and it all went
caught on
kaboom.
fire. Yeah.
Mm,
So I think someone else says that like you know the most important part of a fire is the like the wood and coals at the center that are the heart of the fire, and that you won't put anything out until you've dealt with that.
I think the things that made it the big magic thing were the bridge made out of magic rocks.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of nodcap ghosts hanging around.
Yeah.
And then the lich elf's abjuration thing that we broke.
Yeah.
And then that interacted with the magic rocks.
That's what happened, yep.
And the nodcaps.
Yep, you broke the thing and then it all went horribly wrong. Yep, I remember now. Cool. So yeah, they. I think someone talks about like having talked about. They talk about like having seen a magical fire before. In that was like used to power a steam engine. And that there was a single coal that never burned out, that was like the heart of a fire spirit that they were like, oh yeah, and that's the reason that fire never stopped. It could be pushed back. It could be like it could go down to just the single coal, but the single coal would never finish burning.
So we need to find the middle of the magic.
The problem with that is it's currently on fire.
Yes, and we have encountered. Well, we have seen what happens to people who go into the fire before. It's not something we can do without magical protection of some sort.
Was there a magic pot that was mentioned? Was that constantly making heat?
That was constantly making heat, but it was in the list of things that might be related.
We know it can contain magical fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go dig up the potbelly stove and, I don't know, pitch it into the chasm.
Just keep throwing magic things in the fire until something good happens.
It was Turi, wasn't it? No, who was it that was there when the fire first started? Was it Turi, or was it?
It was definitely Henri.
Henri? Okay, so Henri. Like Henri, you know that whatever that, like, just because you understand magic stuff, if there's a heart to that fire, it's where that thing that you broke was. And that's the specific location you would have to go to.
She doesn't understand magic that much.
I mean, yeah, but like, I'm helping you out as a GM.
I have an idea. That was right outside of the elf lich's door, right?
Yeah, that was the only one. So there were multiple doors, but only one of them, like, you saw get opened.
Hmm. So
the others appear to be barred from the inside, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. What happens if we go looking for something that doesn't exist?
Your brain blows up and then you write a new character.
Or alternatively, you achieve Keim.
Like, for instance, if we wanted to go looking for another entrance into this lich's place that isn't in the chasm, and that didn't exist.
Oh, as in like when you set out.
Yeah.
Then I would say like you can't do that if it doesn't exist.
Okay.
What if we get a bunch of burrowing animals and then make them into a super burrowing zombie?
When all you've got is necromancy, every problem looks like a nail.
That's horrifying. I love it.
I mean, the most I can do is make it snow over the purple flame, but from prior experience, I don't think it reacts to my magical snow or ice.
I mean, overall, it sounds like we're hoping to deal with this fire. It sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
We do have a map to the weird river, so we could go and check that out and then see if we can use that on the fire.
Yeah, sure.
the weird river, the menthol one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a good starting spot.
Sounds good to me. All right. So yeah, are you heading out of town? Is that do you have a destination in mind?
The tree camp just before the bend in the river that it says 2 progress away, but it's only 1.5 progress. But we'll go to the camp first.
Just one other thing to consider. Like, I mean, I haven't been on as many adventures as some of you, but are there any other like magic users, the equivalent of the lich, the lich or the bog wizard, who might be able to lend assistance or provide advice?
There's the Oracle Dendron. I think that's how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at the what is it?
Take a look at the
NPC?
general.
Yeah.
Hello, Kitty.
Oh yes, she's exploring. Just a second here. There's the bird folk witch, Marinold. I don't know how magical she is though. And
Oh, there's the man who wears a shell like a tortoise and offers true wisdom in return for food.
Yep, Dendron.
yeah,
Yep.
Dendron.
Ah, yep.
We could always throw Axis in it. He's all about ash, and this is all about fire. So if we put the ash in the fire, that'll smother it, right?
He can't die.
Or he can, and this is win-win.
Money Bond, the giant lizard.
Oh my gosh! Try and convince Manu Bond to try and get it out for you.
Convince him it's a riddle.
Yep. The riddle of flame.
I think we can. I think we can deal with this.
Especially seeing it's been pushed back by your friend. Yeah, nice. All right,
Okay.
so yeah.
Speaking of friends, a small-ish orc woman walks over. It's like, I heard that you were going to try and find a way to stop the fire, and I was wondering if I could come with you and help, maybe?
Yes, you're an adventurer now, says the frog necromancer. He gives you a little badge. Adventurer.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Didn't Henri's surrogate body, get destroyed last time? Or disenchanted, I guess?
Once we left the area, they.
Once you left the area, it was fine.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You made an anti-magic field.
Yeah. Can Alsana like freeze large bodies of water?
Not at the moment, no.
We could Superman 3 this. Or 4.
What can Alsana do with large bodies of water?
Swim in them.
Make them slightly
make them
chilled.
cold. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have a beach party.
The answer that's coming to me the most is seriously make a giant burrowing zombie and go from the magic water to the fire.
It's not a terrible idea. How far away are they?
Perhaps we
Like-
could build an aqueduct.
1 progress or so, or maybe 2?
Yeah, about 2 progress diagonally. Shall we do that then? So shall we go to the tree camp, assess what the water's like, and then find a sufficient amount of burrowing animals. Be quiet, Suki. To make a burrowing zombie.
Okay.
Sounds like you've got a good first step.
Yeah, I like the first part.
Yep.
I like
Alright.
the go to the magic water part.
And then work out what the plan is from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And look, we've always got build a giant flesh drill as a second, you know?
Did you
Click
have
that.
to call it a flesh drill? Really?
Yeah, let's.
Sorry.
Gosh. Yours is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
A meat auger?
That's not better.
That's so much worse.
Oh dear.
Anne will lead the charge because she has a map, has decent intelligence, and has been there before.
Yep, cool. Sounds good. What's that end result?
7.
Okay, cool. Do you want to make progress but overcome a danger or find a discovery?
I think we should overcome a danger. Kick shit up a notch.
Cool.
Yep.
Right, let's see. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Oh, interesting. A wagon. You as you're traveling, you find a wagon, and you see it from a distance, and there is and it's covered in this like moss or like maybe a fungal mold type thing that's like growing up over it. And as you get and as you're spotted, there is like a bell jar in amongst the like. There's a bunch of like brass workings and like jars full of strange things. Like dried fruits and things like that. And bits of stick in these glass jars, and in one of the glass jars, a 6-inch, 5-inch tall young man in a like in like a kind of bright in a kind of like green shift it like bangs urgently on the glass as soon as he spots you in the distance and starts like waving and like and like pointing at the mold And as he does, like a little bit of like he seems to like a kind of like glowing dust seems to like fall from him, and like pulled in the corners of the but he urgently, like, bangs on the side of the thing.
It's a Tinkerbell.
Hmm.
This is your field, Ike.
Yeah. I guess. Huh. I'm confused.
The mold is like moving across the
I mean, it
wagon?
doesn't seem to be moving right now,
Oh,
but
okay.
you can see that it's like grown up over like half, if not most, of the cart.
I'm gonna slowly walk towards the wagon.
Yeah, sure. You can get within like a few feet before you were like, oh, it is like the mold comes out from the wagon, a few feet away, like maybe 4 or 5 feet from the wagon.
I sort of look at this awkward, large halberd that I'm carrying with me. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how to use this thing.
Use it like a plow.
Maybe I could use it like a scythe, try and hack through the mold.
Can I make it start snowing?
Yes. Do you need to roll for that?
No, I just need to spend 3 chill.
Yeah, cool.
Sorry,
Um,
2 chill.
Oh, and now it's snowing. Great. I guess maybe mold presumably doesn't like cold. I don't know enough about mold.
That's why you refrigerate things.
Yeah, good point, actually. Should have thought of that. I'm gonna poke the mold with the pointy part of the halberd.
Immediately the mold like puffs up onto the and the first few inches of the halberd get like mold like attached to them.
I pull it back and I run.
You pull the halberd back, and when you and as you do so, so like you poke it and you freeze for a second, and then you see this happen, and you pull it back, and like you pull the halberd off, but the mold, when you pull it away, the mold grows further on the halberd.
I drop it.
Okay, it grows a little more, but then as soon as it hits the ground, it's still.
This sounds like a job for horror zombies.
Help.
Henri's going to deconstruct her assistant zombie and then reconstruct it as a fighty zombie, because I assume I have to do that because it's rules.
Yep. You at least have to like take parts off and swap parts out.
Well, it's going from 1 HP but able to do things to lots of HP but only smash.
Yeah, right. So you're like, okay, take this part off. Now that part is a weapon. This part now is a shield.
It's even better because it's half motorbike.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to use the Raise Dead ability.
I forgot to use my quest power before we set out.
I'll allow you to do that now if you'd like. Actually, I'll let you do it at a camp.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm happy to wait.
Yeah. So
I will draw unwelcome attention to myself as I instruct the fighty zombie to wade through the mold. And
okay, are you in the Friday zombie?
No, I'm away from the fighty zombie. I'm with my gear back with everyone else.
All right, cool.
But I can instruct the zombie from a distance. Remote control zombie.
Let me think about what that looks like.
I want the zombie to punch the jar. That's the target.
Okay, so as the zombie is wading through, the mold is like growing up its legs and its arms and all of and like slowly and starting to engulf it. But I think it makes it up. I think the I think Henri, you feel the sense that something is looking at is like watching you.
Well, I feel that sense all the time because of birds, and I'm a frog.
Okay. In which case
Sorry.
then like
Something magical?
yeah, something magical is watching you.
Okay.
So there's now like this gentle like powder over the area of like and so there's like specks of snow, and you can see that when the snow hits the mold.
That's Amori?
I'm trying to work out if it grows or shrinks from the mold, because it's like a weird combination of like two things. I think it actually, I think because it's drifting on the air, I think the mold actually like shrinks. It doesn't necessarily like disappear, but it like compacts down and becomes more dense and like retracts into itself. Rather than being like big and like floofy and flowery, it's like if you, it's like when a sponge dries up, it gets smaller.
Okay. As all of this other stuff is happening, and as there's enough snow gathered on the ground, can I start to try to like move some of it together to form a pathway to the jar?
Okay, so the zombie is at the jar, so I think that I want to, but yeah, you can. So you want to make like a pathway of snow?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Snow or ice. Yeah.
Yep, you can 100% do that. Somewhere that you can walk on because you got the magic walking time. So yeah, you could walk on the snow to the jar now anyway. But Cammy, I think, was the jar was getting punched. So let's see what that looks like. Do you need to roll for them punching, Cammy?
I am double checking.
Yeah, I mean this was always going to be like a plan B kind of thing, because it takes more time than
exactly
than most other actions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, the zombie knocks the zombie knocks punches the jar, and the jar does not smash. It falls down. It falls down into the like the lower parts of the cart, where there is mold, and like the mold goes kind of like a third of the way up the jar, and the little man inside is like, and he holds perfectly still, frozen, like his eyes looking around, like.
Two questions.
Yes.
Is the bell jar visible?
Yes.
And is it casting a shadow?
There's not a lot of sunlight here. So it's like,
especially now that it's snowing.
Exactly, especially now that it's snowing. I don't know if it's currently in a place where it would cast a shadow.
Is there shadow around it?
Yes, because if there is sunlight, then it would be in the shadow of the cart, right? Because the whole cart is on it is like fallen down. Basically, one of the wheels like broke apart, and so so the whole card is like gone, right? So
Okay. Ray, what's your character's name again?
Ike
Ike. Okay. So
at the
Let's see.
moment.
One of the spirits that is coiled around Bells kind of untangles itself and floats over to near Ike and just says, "Catch." And Bells is going to raise one hand in a sort of magical gesture, and I'm going to use the move Bender of the Elements.
cool.
You're still muted.
That's right. They're...
All right. So, yes, that was very successful.
Yeah.
I have 3. So, let's see. When you manipulate the elements, as long as you do nothing but control it, you can choose to spend hold 1 for 1. So, it is going to have the forceful tag. It's going to move to a new position within sight, and it's going to deal 1d6 damage to something being the mold. So basically, when Bells holds out her right hand, the bells start jingling, and the shadow from inside the cart surges up, holding the bell jar, and sort of launches it towards Ike, shredding off the mold as it does.
Roll that 1d6 for me.
Alrighty.
Because
So
I
this
want to
may-
know if it shreds. I want to know if it shreds all of the mold on it.
Yep, this may end with you getting covered in mold and broken glass, Ray. So, sorry?
We'll see how we go.
That's a 3.
That's all of the mold.
Nice.
On the jar specifically. Oh, that was close.
I sort of like grabbed.
I had 3 hit points for any given point of mold.
I sort of grab the loose parts of my cloak and hold them out, sort of like in a sheet to try and catch the thing, increase the surface area that I can catch it in, and hopefully, if it's got mold on it, I can throw my cloak off.
I think you catch it. I don't think that needs to be rolled for, especially given that there's a 13 for the other one. And like there's this moment of like the zombie like goes whoa, and like watching it, and as its head turns, the mold like comes up to the side of its face. And yeah, then we see the bell jar fly elegant through the air. The person inside not so much. And then they're caught in a cloak.
I gently pick up the jar and say hello.
They're like.
Should I open this? Can you hear me? Should I open the jar? I open the jar.
How?
With your forehead.
Can you
It's
describe
a
it
piece
to
of
me?
wood, and then like a glass bell, and I don't know if anyone in the party knows this technique, but there's a technique you use where you soak a piece of wood, and then you put you put it into the glass, and then when it dries, it's a fully sealed thing.
Pull a bit of wood off.
I'm thinking maybe it won't pull off.
I mean, like it doesn't unscrew or anything, and it doesn't just pull off like a lid because it's got like a lip.
It's clear that they can hear me, right?
I don't know that they can. They're interact like if you say something complicated, they're gonna be like.
I point to them and say, "Cover your eyes."
Yeah, and they do so.
And then I'm gonna hold it next to like the edge of the bridge or whatever, and just sort of tap the glass against it.
It's
hoping
it's strong glass.
That I smash it on the on the thing. No, they'll die. They'll die. They'll be shredded.
To shreds, you say?
What about the wood? That might be the weaker part.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna try and
It's
pull
just
the
wood.
two. I'm gonna try and pull the two apart.
All right, that sounds like you're defying danger with strength.
I am pretty strong, so hopefully we'll be okay. Oh god, I hope this person doesn't die. They're so tiny and I'm so full of kindness. I'd be crushed.
No, they are.
A 7 is okay. It's better than a 6.
I mean, yeah, like you pull it harder and harder and harder, and then eventually, yeah, it like it pops open. I think. Oh, I know what it is. Oh no! In your strength, you stumble back a few steps, and you just feel something like go up the back of your heel.
No.
And yeah, this little person flies out and into the air and starts like flapping their little wings, and they're like, oh, thank God. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to get caught in it. What can I do? Shit.
Run forward out of the mold and say, help! It's
All right,
on me.
as soon as you start running forward, it starts climbing up your leg.
Ah!
Can I cast freeze on on Ike?
On Ike? Yes, you can.
This is all gone pear-shaped so fast.
Yeah, and like as soon as you start running, they're like, "No, don't move."
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah, it affects slightly more than I intended to. Something
Yep.
else gets frozen. The GM will say what?
Yeah. All right. So, the like, oh no, don't move. Ah! They fall out of the sky and just.
As both of us are frozen.
Yeah.
Well, so specifically, I was going for freezing the legs to the floor.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's enough to like. Okay, so the mold on Ike's leg is up to their like knee at the front, back of the thigh at the back, and it's now kind of under the ice. You can see that it's like retracted into kind of like a black custard.
Well, that was the worst phrasing ever.
Worse than flesh auger?
It's a close second.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, you just hear like from the ground nearby, ow.
Are you okay, friend?
That's cold. It's chilly. Also, my hip.
Yeah, sorry about that. At least you fell in snow.
It's like, yeah, there's rocks under the snow here.
Oh.
Ike, you can't move below the waist. Below your hips. Sorry, you can move your hips, but I don't know how much of a good idea that is.
What do I do? I don't move. I understand.
Burn it all.
Now.
Hold still, don't panic. Let's think this through.
Okay. Still feel panicked. I still feel panicked.
Okay, Belle, you were able to do some damage to it earlier. Can you do that again if I unfreeze Ike?
Yeah, I think
Can you
the one
unfreeze
that was
people now?
talking earlier.
Yeah, I've always been able to, as long as I spend the.
As long as you spend the chill, right? Of course. Sorry, I forgot.
Bell, I think Bell's nods at Elsana.
Okay, so I will unfreeze Ike. Ike, please stay still because it seems to react to movement. So yeah, I gesture and the frost the ice starts thawing off Aki's legs.
Yep. And yeah, as it does so, the mold. I think the mold just stays as a black custard because there's no movement at the moment. So
Yeah, and when all the ice has melted off, Bells is going to raise her hand. It's going to. Oh wait, I think I used all my hold.
you did for the last one.
All right, so she's going to raise her hand again, and I'm going to use Bender of the Elements again. Oh, thank
Nicely
goodness.
done.
Can
Yeah.
you control any element?
Nope, just shadows
Just shadows.
at the moment. So, if I spend more than one hold on doing damage, can I roll more than 1d6?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Because because what you're actually doing is every time you're spending a hold, you're doing a separate act, like a separate thing. So you could do it. You could spend 3 hold on doing the damage. Each time you spend it, you do the d6 again. So it's actually 3 kind of like actions.
Okay, so in that case, I think I'll just start by doing it once, and if that works, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So that takes it down to down to the top part of the leg is no longer moldy. It's just like shin down. What does it look like as this happens?
Well, I think Ike's shadow just sort of. It actually looks a lot like the mold growing up, except for a lot more angular and sharp. So it probably takes some pants off, or whatever. Like, it probably shreds them pretty badly, honestly.
Oh no, my princess leggings!
Well, if it's leggings, then maybe not.
But yeah, you definitely remove like one area of mold.
And there's another one.
Yeah, because Ike moved after stepping.
So I think Bells is just going to hold on to it and bring it up further to get rid of the last bit.
Yep, cool. Sounds good. That's not all of it, but I'm not sure that you know that. I mean, yeah, no, I think you do know that it's not all of it.
Okay, so I think Bells is going to spend her last hold on.
And it's because it's like a foot on the ground. There's all of these like bits in like all of these like crevices and things. It's not a simpler shape. That's 3. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So yeah, the mold unmoving just gets shredded by shadow itself, and then the little person on the ground 100% is like, oh, I've seen something like that before.
I think Bells is going to sign where at the little person, forgetting that he probably doesn't know sign language.
Oh, he's the little person is like, I had a friend who could do things like that. And he says, but I wouldn't know how to find them again. We came a long way on the cart.
Was there anyone else in the cart?
Yeah, and he says, yes, the doctor cut the horses free, but when he did so, I think he's still in there.
How long ago was he in there?
I've been here for must have been at least a week.
I look to the others, distraught.
That's a zombie.
I think Bells signs dead.
Cammy, your zombie is
I sign back.
all but consumed by the mold at the moment.
That's okay. They're disposable.
Yeah.
kind of.
letting you know.
Let's burn everything, or keep using magic to destroy the mold.
Bells is going to walk to the edge of the trail, pick up a, I don't know, like a piece of deadfall, stick it in the ground, and carve a symbol to Horu on it, and just nod at the rest of the group like, yep, okay, we're good.
Done.
Isn't Ike's sorry, what was it, a lance or something?
Yeah, it's got some on it.
Yeah, I was about to just try and deal with that.
Cammy was pointing out earlier that she has a torch.
Indeed.
I didn't mean to click that, but it got everyone's attention.
Got my attention.
Does this small magical frog hand me the torch? Are you still a frog?
I think she's always can't not be a frog
Okay.
for a while. I think she's lit it, like she's fumbled around in her pack and managed to pull out a torch and light it with like a flip lighter or something, and then it just kind of tumbles past you towards the mold.
Thank you. Thank you. I grab and I sort of try and get close to my halberd while burning the mold away.
I mean, like your halberd is on clean ground, so you can just grab it. But like when you pick it up, the mold grows.
I'm going to hold my torch near the metal of the halberd first and try and burn it off of that.
And the mold burns off.
And then I'm going to very carefully. Actually, you know what? I think speed is probably what I want. Anyway, I'm going to pick up the halberd and hold it over the fire and try and burn the mold off before the halberd burns.
Yep, you do that.
Sweet. Good.
Honestly, of all the weeks for us not to have an immolator.
Right? You have a channeler though, so you know that. Hi, Suki.
Is that a bird?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you cleanse the halberd of its mold.
And then I sort of look back to the group. Should I? The cart was turned over on a bridge, right? I wasn't.
No, it's not. It's just in the road.
Oh, I thought it was a bridge for some reason. Sorry.
Yeah, but there are some stones around, so I assumed that you were referring to them. So.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's definitely like a marker stone that says like 7 miles to like Wolseley or something, like a place that doesn't exist anymore, right? Like.
I sort of look at everyone else and go, should I toss it onto the cart?
What's in the cart, fairy boy?
He says, well, it's all of the doctor's instruments for so most of it isn't really very flammable, although he might have some oils in there, so I don't know what they would do.
Look, some medical supplies is better than none. Better than mold.
I think he says. Oh, he was a philosopher.
Oh, well, that's cool too. And I throw the torch onto the.
Yep.
Onto the cart.
Yeah. Can you just?
I'm an adventurer.
I think I want a
volley.
Yeah, I think because this is just to kind of find out what happens. I'm just gonna roll a dice and see what the deal is. Yeah. Okay. So the part of the thing catches on fire. But it it burns a little, but not a lot. And the mold that is in the burning parts, burns up.
I instruct my zombie to wade towards the fire.
The zombie that's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it does so, and sort of, and manages to burn part of itself, and the Like, it burns itself and some of the mold that is on it.
Can we just leave it there until it catches on fire and then it can wander around a bit more and kind of like a lawnmower
What's-
but on fire?
Can you make an instruction roll for me?
I guess so.
Or I mean, would it maybe be defying danger with dexterity or something?
I mean,
I don't-
it's about Cammy's ability to control it. So,
Oh right.
yeah, cool. All right, yeah, it can get rid of most of the like a significant chunk of the mold by wandering around on fire. Yeah.
Hammer's nails.
And I think what happens is, as that's happening, something in the cart definitely goes bang, and like bits of shrapnel fly everywhere. And I'm gonna. Does anyone want to not take a D4 of shrapnel damage?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
very much.
I'd like to avoid it. I'd like to
Cool.
dive for
Yeah.
the hedgerow.
Oh no.
Yeah, Cammy takes a D4 of shrapnel damage.
There it is. I guess diving would be speed. Yeah.
Yeah, dexterity.
Luckily, I'm a tough little frog.
I'll take 8.
Bells is going to channel her conduit to create a shield.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, where is that?
Okay, so yep, I'm just trying to work out what the middling for this is. I think if you are getting a 7 to 9, you're taking 1 hit point instead of.
I have armor.
Of a D4. Yep. Okay, if you have armor, that negates it.
Same.
Yes. So assuming my techniques work as usual, everyone should have 1 extra armor because I'm creating a barrier.
Cool. That's neat.
I probably could have just ate the damage then.
Yep.
My armor's
Sure.
already 2. Wow. Oh well. Still, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had magic shields.
Cool. All right. So yeah, most of the mold is dealt with.
Bell sighs and switches the sign out to horror. Sorry, switches the sign to Horu to a sign to Avio.
If you
Which
want to
one's the
spend
kill
time,
mother?
that's Avia. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to spend time clearing up the rest of the mold, you can, but it's going to take like work hunting down all of the spots.
I think it's worth doing, and then we get to camp.
Yeah, and then we can also maybe salvage some of this stuff, which might be useful for the town.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
All right, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'd like to take the time.
Cool, excellent. So yeah, you do that. I'm not going to make you roll for it. By the time that you're finished, the sun is getting very low in the sky. And you, oh gosh. There are 5 weight worth of philosopher's tools here.
I can carry all of those.
So yeah, you could take as many weight of it as you would like.
Sure. Does anyone else want some philosopher's tools?
Only if there's a stone.
Yeah,
A collection of strange rocks that seem to be midway between different kinds of rocks.
I think
quartz
Bells will take
turns
1
into
weight
iridium.
of Philosopher's Tools.
Sure.
Just because if we want to use them on a project, I think it's best to spread them out as much as possible.
Is the doctor's body found?
Yeah, you find his bones.
The bones count as a corpse.
Yeah, I would allow it.
I collect the bones in a canopic jar, and I assume my zombie took enough fire damage to kind of just fall apart, and so I will piece them back together again as an assistant, not as a fighty zombie.
Yep. On top of those on top of the supplies, you also find that and this. So yeah, it's a one of them is like a bronze compass that you can tell is magical in some way. And then yeah, you also find like an elaborately carved like I think it's like yeah, carved leather, like in like a skin. And yeah, and yeah, you find this thing, and the little person is like, don't, that's careful, be, yeah, that's dangerous. It'll eat your skin. You're muted, Ray.
I would like to use my second sight, so I would like to cast Detect Magic as a cantrip.
Yep. Cool. Roll the caster spell. So what's the casting a spell has a like you can draw unwanted attention. You can have lesser an altered effect. You can drain yourself of and like take a -1 to intelligence.
I can't use it again until I rest.
Sounds good. Yeah.
What does the magic compass do? What's it? What magic is it?
I think this compass is magic, is what I said before.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a compass that measures like the shapes and like the ratios of the body. And so when using it for healing, you will like be able to heal more, because for instance, if you use it while applying poultices, it'll
cool.
So basically it increases the die size of a healing check.
When you say compass, do you mean draw circles or find north compass?
Draw circles.
Could I have it?
Okay.
I'm something of a healer.
Are you? Because I'm a doctor.
Oh. I think that Ike sort of hands the item to you and sort of pulls back, like I'm sorry.
She's not a doctor. She just knows how to stitch people back together.
Yeah, but Ike doesn't know that you're not a doctor.
How tall is Ike?
I think that Ike is tall for a teenage girl.
Okay, so I think Bells pats her on the shoulder with her bell hand, and so it's, pat, pat, jingle, jingle.
I mean, I forgot that you're an actual paladin and you actually have healing abilities, so sorry for...
No. I assumed that was a role-playing interaction. I don't. No, indeed, go for it.
I should draw the distinction between surgeon and doctor.
But yes, I do have lay on hands, and I also have the camp healing ability. But by all means, if you want it, go for it.
You can't use the compass if you don't have time. Right? Like if you're in a rush, then you can't make the measurements.
Can't do the science.
Yeah.
So who's putting it in their inventory?
I will put it in my froggy inventory on the back of my zombie.
Okay. And I think
weight?
Weight.
Does the compass have weight?
Oh, neither of them. Both of them are weight 0.
Are they more like calipers?
More like calipers, yeah. I just, yeah.
I mean, that's called a compass. I know what you're talking about.
I think Bells hands Ike the water skin or oil skin,
Oil
whatever.
skin, yeah.
Yeah,
You hand me the oil of corrosion?
yeah. Like you didn't get your magic compass, but here, have this.
No magic compass, but here, have a dangerous oil. Okay.
So
Alright.
we finish cleaning up here and head for camp.
Yeah.
I think we should take our first break because we're overdue for it. And then we can come back and do the camp afterwards.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute, chat.